You're a little low. I don't know if it's me or you. So I'll have them check and see, make sure I'm turned all the way up.
Okay, yeah, me too. I'm going to get a little closer. How's that?
I can hear you. We can make it work.
Okay, all right, good. So how are you?
Living my best life.
Oh,
How's that?
All right, that's good stuff. All right, so let me just let the people that are joining know what we're doing and everything. So I am Kinyatta Gray. I am the host of Girls Love Flights, Feelings, and Fashion podcast. And today is a very special day because today is the very first live event. And I am so happy that you guys decided to join us tonight. And so when I was thinking about who in the world I would want on my very first podcast, I wanted somebody that was vivacious, somebody that was lively, somebody that I knew that really embodied what it meant to be a boss babe. And let me tell you, that list got real short. And so by the time I went through who all I thought really could fit the bill and really bring it and communicate the things that I wanted to have communicated about how to, just proceed and be a dreamer and just pursue your goals like never before, that was none other than my girl, Angelia Robinson.
You got me blushing over here, girl. Got me blushing. That's so sweet.
It is the truth. But let me just make sure, how's the family? Everybody good?
Everybody's doing fantastic. We are blessed. We are blessed. I don't have, it's a lot of things happening in 2020, but it's going to be crazy for me to be like 2020 was my best year. Okay?
Yeah, I know, right? You looking gorgeous as ever.
Thank you. I had to bring the red back.
It always works. I love it. So Angie, thank you so much for joining us. And I want to really give my listeners a really good idea of what it was like for you to really escalate and elevate the way that you did through your company. But before we get there, I'm going to ask you some other types of questions just to get to know you better so we can get a sense of who you are and where you're from. So that actually is the question. Angie, tell us a little bit about who you are and where you're from.
Girl, every time I hear that, who you are, who are you? That's all another part of the story. But I am, a regular, girl, woman out of Maryland. I was actually born in Washington, D.C., but grew up in Maryland. So in Maryland my whole life, pretty much. I've got a very colorful background. I'm a retired recording artist, so I've done a whole big music stint, everything from R&B to rap to gospel, Christian contemporary. And just always reinventing myself, and not necessarily on purpose. It just kind of happens that way. Yeah. But the one thing that I know is consistent is that I have a gift to empower women. Yes. And that is a gift. I don't say that I'm this is all me and the talents and all this stuff. It's a God-given gift. I know it is.
Amen.
Anytime that he puts me in an arena to where that's what's happening, there's always amazing magic that happens. And I'm like, no, that's God. It's because it doesn't matter where I am, what I'm doing, what career move I've made. It's always women that I gravitate towards and that end up getting elevated as a result of the gift that's inside of me.
Amen, Angie. I love it. And your passion for helping women and helping to move women up the ladder is very evident in what you do, what you post, what you talk about, and what you share with us right now. And Angie, I want to tell you, who are you? It's still on my Apple iTunes, okay?
What? Oh my God.
It's still on my Apple iTunes, and it trips me out when I'm in my car listening to the, listen to iMusic, and it just comes up, and I'm like, hey, yes, I know who that is. So Angie, tell us a little bit about how you got started with Pure Romance.
Very interesting. I was going through a very dark time in my life. I was coming out of a 16-year marriage that probably was not very happy in for probably 14 of those years. Had a lot of issues within the marriage. And coming out of that and moving to Texas, I was in Texas working on my last music project with Fred Hammond, which a lot of you probably know who Fred Hammond is. Doing some work with him during that time and just going through that dark period and having to actually make a very tough decision, and that was to dissolve the marriage. I have 5 children. Well, I have 5 now. I had 4 then. I'm 47, and it was devastating for the family.
Right.
So me traveling the world and doing the music and all of that was not going to be the best decision for me to be there with my children and help them heal, help us heal, right? So it meant I had to go get a job. because I still needed to make money.
Exactly.
And looking at a girl that is allergic to the 9 to 5, okay?
Yeah.
Allergic, okay? You've done very well, honey. I'm like, woo, you have bossed up in your career field. And I'm just like, the longest I've held a job was 6 years. And that was at the Recording Industry Association of America. And I halfway worked when I was there. So I'm just saying. But I had to go get a job. And I mean, what was I going to do? I had been an entrepreneur for 12 years, you know, Kinyatta. And so I just needed some money. So I was, you know, how do you even look for a job at that point? Like, I didn't know what that looked like, you know. And so I went and looked for this job, and I got this job in a call center, you know, like reading scripts for people to get, you know, these books for their universities and stuff like that. And I did that for 2 years, and it was eating away at my soul. It was not where I was supposed to be. It was just not me, trapped in these walls, you know, 9 to 5, traffic every morning. So I was just like, man, I need something else. I need to do something different, but I didn't know what it was.
Right.
And I was 42 at the time, and I was on Instagram. So it's funny that we're on Instagram right now, right? Okay? Because I always say I've got to do better with Instagram, because this is where I found my new life, my new calling. That
Through
the
Instagram.
woman, the woman used to be my fitness instructor. Almost 20 years ago now, was on Instagram in a boat on the water. She was like, hey, I'm in my mobile office. What are you waiting for? This could be you. And I was like, wait a minute. I started thinking back, Kinyatta, like, this woman, when she worked with me, she was a struggling, you know, fitness instructor. And I was a struggling artist. Like, neither one of us were doing well in our fields. And so I went and stalked her Facebook page and like, what's up? What she got going on? Let me go check it out. And this woman's life looked grandiose. Her name's Dana Barish. And I was like, what is she doing? I need to do that. And so I just called her up and I was like, Dana, what are you doing? And she was like, Angie, you would be perfect at this. Okay.
I love it. I love it.
Now, mind you, what's very important to know, especially for everybody that's watching. Yes, Melissa, Dana rocks, girl. I didn't know anything about pure romance. Nothing. I'd never heard of it. I'd never been to a party. I didn't know about any other companies that existed that were similar. Nothing. Okay. I always tease at my parties and say, look, I hadn't held a dildo since 1996. So when I went to that website, I was like, what is this? It was a whole new world for me. But Kinyatta, I was at a time in my life where I needed change so badly. I was desperate, and I said, I'm doing it. Whatever this is, I didn't even know what it was. I just bought a kit. I didn't know that we did parties or anything like that. But I was just trusting that I knew this woman 20 years ago, you know what I'm saying, and her life has changed. And if she can do it, I can do it.
You can do it.
So, Angie, for some of the listeners that may not be 100% familiar with what pure romance is, or they may have a preconceived notion about what pure romance is all about, explain that to us. And let me just say this. I remember when you came to the DC area and you and I had lunch, and that conversation stuck with me. It just stuck with me forever, because a lot of times people think that pure romance is about one thing, and it's so not about just one thing. And you open my eyes up to the fact that oftentimes when you're going to these romance parties, that you're serving as like a coach, you're serving as an advisor, you're serving as an intimacy specialist. So the whole purpose of this particular show is to emphasize that pure romance is not just about sex toys, right? So tell us a little bit more about what pure romance is really all about.
Yes, and I'm so glad that you put that out there like that, because it's really important. And what people don't realize is that within the next 5 years of our life right now, like, the sex care industry is going to be a $55 billion industry, because the new self-care is sex care. And what we do as a company, Pure Romance, first of all, they've been around for 27 years. You can't be around for 27 years and have the success that the company has if they're not really affecting change and doing things that is crucial. That is, I mean, something that is, look, I got my cocktail. You know, something that is changing people's lives. And so we are an in-home party company for women. We have the best in bath and beauty and relationship enhancement products. We now have essential oils. We have something for everyone, lingerie. I mean, everything. It's fantastic. And so what I have discovered, because I'm going to be honest, when I first got into the business, I really didn't know what to expect, like so many other women, like what you're speaking of, right? Because when you say the word sex, you know, it has such a stigma attached to it, you know, and nobody wants to talk about sex. It's a dirty word. And we're actually actively working hard to make that not be a dirty word.
I love
but
it.
But it still was to me.
Right.
And so even when I signed on to do this, you know, I talked with my husband, I prayed about it. I was like, I don't know, babe. I don't know what this is going to mean for our kids. I don't know what we're going to be bringing into the household for the children. Like, what are we doing? You know, are we opening up Pandora's box? I don't know. And he said to me, he said, you know what, babe? He said, I trust you. And he said, I will cover you. He said, whatever this is, he said, I know why you're in it.
That's
and he said, as long as you are letting people know why you're in it, then nothing is going to be dirty about it. Right?
Hello.
So, yes, you know, so we touched and agreed that we were going to do this, going in blindly. And what I found is that the products that we sell, Kinyatta, are a byproduct of how we change women's lives, how we change families' lives. So that, like the money and the products, we found that that's extra. Really what we're doing, we've helped women to no longer want to commit suicide. We've helped women, you know, with their children, you know, sicknesses, illnesses, you know, just lifting them up, having, you know, they had low self-esteem, they had no confidence, you know, they were in abusive relationships, whether it be physical or emotional. And so this group of women rally around each other. I've never been a part of anything like it. I mean, women, you got all these women that are elevating one another, the women that are at the very top of the company that share all their secrets with you. Like, this don't have anything to do with a sex toy. That's a byproduct. You know what I'm saying? We are legitimately changing women's lives. And our mission is to empower, educate, and we entertain, because people need something that makes them, you know, relax and be able to receive and trust you. So we got to make you laugh. You know, we got to do really goofy things that are going to just get women to just let their hair down, because we've been traumatized, you know, overly sexualized, and just so many things. We've been abused. You know, I'm a sex abuse survivor. So, so many things that we need to be able to just start the conversation.
Yes. Thank you, Angie. And thank you for just really taking the time to explain that, because I wanted people to understand the whole picture about pure romance. And so, speaking of women at the top, honey, Angie, so tell us about this extremely prestigious position that you have in pure romance, and that you worked hard, you worked your ass off to achieve. Tell us about that.
It's funny because I really had no clue. Like, this business has taught me, you know, I've been so abused myself, right? And just, you know, living in a place to where I didn't always feel worthy or didn't feel like I was enough. And even though it may have appeared that I was this confident woman on the outside, I really was not always this confident woman on the outside. And so this business has taught me my worth. It really has helped to teach me my worth, and that I can elevate other women, and it doesn't have to be about me. Right? So my mantra is, the more women or the more people that you help to become successful, the more successful you're going to become.
It's so true, Angie.
Right. So I had goals set, but my goal was not to be a top woman in the company. It wasn't. My goal was to raise up leaders and to help other women to be able to achieve their dreams, to hit their goals, to be able to just eat, take care of their family. You know what I'm saying? So I hit this and didn't even know what it meant. And one of my sisters in the business, her name is Leanne Rhodes, she said, no, I need for your team to understand what this position means, right? So the title is Senior Executive Director. And sometimes I don't even remember what the title is. I'm just like, oh God, I get it so mixed up. But she said, no, there are less than 1% of the women in this company that hold that position.
Yes.
Not to mention that I'm the first Black woman, okay, to do it as well. And that right there is like, what? Like, that's mind-blowing history. It is, you know? And so we are like 41,000 women in this company and constantly growing. And there are only about 40 to 50 women that hold this position.
Wow.
That is mind-blowing. Yeah.
It is. It is. Yeah. And so from where you started to where you are now, it's just amazing. So Angie, how long did it take for you to rise up that, you know, that high in the company? And, you know, what tips could you offer to someone else that is interested in maybe working that hard and achieving that level of success?
Yeah, definitely. It'll be 5 years for me at the end of October.
Okay.
So just a very short time. I mean, from what I understand, there are women that have been in the business 10, 12, 18 years that have not, achieved the title that I have. Although a lot of them sit on the board of directors. So I am on the board of directors as well, which is another position of prestige. But for anybody to be able to climb the ladder of success and stay there, because it's one thing to get there.
Hello. Right.
But how do you stay there?
How do you stay there, Angie? Yes.
First of all, you got to be consistent. I have this thing that I say. You remember that song? You down with OPP? Yeah, you know me. You remember that, right?
With OPP, yeah.
So I say that you have to have, listen, CPP. You need consistency,
Okay.
passion,
Yes.
and patience.
Yes.
You have to have that. You got to chip away at every little thing. You have to be. I don't care. Like there are more part-time women in the business than there are full-time, right? And so I don't care if you're just doing one party a month or if you don't decide to do parties at all because it's not mandatory. But whatever you are doing, whatever goals you want to do, you've got to do that thing consistently. So if you say that you're going to make 5 phone calls a day, make 5 phone calls a day. If you want to do one party a month, you need to do 1 party a month. I was just reading something about Steve Harvey. He was like, he's been telling the same jokes all these years. They started out paying him $25 to do the same jokes, and then he ended up getting paid millions and millions of dollars telling the same jokes. He was consistent with those jokes, girl. The jokes paid off, right? So you got to be consistent. You got to have passion because you know what? When you have your own business, and you know this because, you're just flourishing in your business and all the things that you're doing, and congratulations to you, right?
Thank you, Angie.
Is that if you don't have a passion for it, when the money is not rolling in like how you used to, okay? Because if you don't work, you don't eat. If you have your own business, then what makes you stay? What makes you stay?
It's true.
It has to be something bigger than just the money because the money is not always going to be there the way that you want it to be. Yeah. There are ebbs and flows, peaks and valleys in a business. So what is your why? Why are you in this thing, right? Why?
I am big on what is your why. You are so right, Angie.
So you got to have a passion. And my passion is helping others, but especially women, right?
Love it.
There's always going to be a need for that. This is it. I have found my niche. I mean, I've been doing it all my life, but not really knowing and understanding the gift and the purpose. And now I'm truly understanding and knowing how to better, how to just be more efficient with it, right?
Yes.
And then you got to have patience because patience, because success doesn't happen overnight.
It does not, no.
And people want that, especially this generation. Hello, I'm talking to you, new generation, okay? Listen, when you see, those entertainers and stuff like that on TV and, and they're millionaires and you'd be like, oh, I want that. You don't know what they had to go through.
Yeah.
You don't know what they had to do to get there, and I won't even take it there. But I'm just saying, okay? There's a lot that comes with that. There's a big price to pay for people that just want fame overnight, right? And then usually when you get it like that, like if some people are blessed enough to get an inheritance, or sometimes you hit the lottery. Usually they don't sustain that finance. They don't sustain the success because the success is in the process. It's in the process.
That's a word right there.
Yes,
it's in the process. Y'all remember that. The success is in the process.
It's in the process. Yep, because you'll have those little milestones and those trials and those tribulations, the storms, the struggles. It'll always keep you humble, remembering where you came from, right? And always knowing where you don't want to go back to.
Yes.
So I'm like, listen, I don't ever have to go back to a 9-to-5. I am enjoying my life, and it is just getting better and better. I don't want to ever go back there. I mean, like, people don't know this, but I got into a situation when I was out here in Texas to where I got behind in my rent. And when I did get caught up, they wouldn't take my money, and they evicted me. I mean, this was like something my whole life. I mean, Kinyatta, you know me. I was born middle class, born and raised middle class.
That's
right.
Yeah.
And so I've never had to, as a child, put me in some situations, that weren't so great, weren't so favorable. Right. So that is something I would not want anybody to ever have to go through. It was embarrassing. It was horrifying. So, where am I going to go right now to just have to move anywhere, somewhere right now that was not what I was used to and how I was used to living? Like, that's the journey. That's the struggle. That's the process. I ain't ever going back there.
I know, Angie, and I always get a humongous laugh because every now and again you'll post on your Facebook page this meme with this baby that's stretched out in the middle of the day, and he's like, while you guys are at your 9 to 5, I'm asleep because I can work whenever, however, and so I always my face is like so salty because I'm probably in traffic on the way to the office. So, I know how you are and I know how you feel about the 9 to 5. And I'm so happy to see that you have been able to transform your life where you really have been able to get rid of a 9 to 5 and sustain your lifestyle and your family. So I am so proud of you. So Angie, let's talk about some of these fabulous Pure Romance products because right now I still have my Flirt Honey and I spray some right here because it makes you all nice and shimmery and shiny. And I love using this when I just want to do a quick little squirt. I may have lotion down, but I just want an extra little shimmer before I walk out of the door. I keep this with me all the time. Not only do I keep it with me, I keep it in my car. So I love it. So tell me about some of your best-selling non-intimate products.
All right. So the first one I would say, this happens to be a top seller, which is our Coochie Shave Cream.
Really?
This has been our number. Cream. Yep. And even though the Body Dew is fantastic, that might be like number 2 on the list. But Coochie has been around for 27 years. It's been the most popular selling product.
Okay.
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 It's a rash-free shave cream. Okay. Right. So it'll give you a shave as smooth as a baby's bottom without the pain of waxing. Right. It stops you from getting any red bumps because some people get really irritated with, shaving creams and just razors, period. So it stops the razor bumps. It stops the ingrown hairs. It's a conditioning shave cream, right? And so it also helps to make your shave last longer. And so people enjoy that, right? And then check it out. Guess what else it does?
What?
It doubles as a hair conditioner.
Really?
Yes. Okay. And I'm gonna tell all of y'all that are watching, right? Because we have all different, cultures and races and nationalities watching. Confession. When I first got into the business and I heard this, I was like, it's probably not for our hair. It's not for African American women hair. It's not for, I'm not even going to tell anybody that that's what you use it for. But I was at the airport one day and an African American woman stopped me because I had my Pure Romance bag on my shoulder. And she was like, are you a Pure Romance consultant? And I was like, yes. And she says, oh, honey, she said, listen, I live in Oklahoma and it's very hard to get a consultant out there because we're all conservative. She said, I need my coochie. I was like, really?
Shut up, Angie.
Yeah, she was like, I need my coochie. And I was like, really? Tell me about it. She said, girl, I love it. And she started telling me all this stuff. So then I started promoting it. And I have clients that are hairdressers that use it on their clients. They use it on their children. My daughters use it. It makes your hair, even the frizziest of hair, the coarsest of hair, makes it really soft and supple. So this product right here, what people will find, what people will find with a lot of our products is that most of them do more than one thing. Right. So essentially we're saving you money because you don't have to buy 4 different products to do 4 different things. You buy one product that's going to do 2, 3, and sometimes 4 different things. So Coochie Shave Cream, #1, and we even have a men's version, but it's just their name is just Shave. We keep it simple for them. we didn't call it penis or nothing like that. It's just called Shave. Okay.
And I love how attractive the packaging is. It's really sleek. So yeah, I love it. Okay.
Really nice. So yeah, that's the #1 seller right there. Hands down.
That's the #1 seller. All right. So if y'all have any kids in the room, you might want to set them to the side for a minute because I want to know what is the top selling intimate product.
Girl.
And does it come with batteries?
This thing has a story. So allow me to tell you the story real quick. This product we have been hearing about for years. At least I've been hearing about it for years. And it's not something that we actually developed and manufactured. And so, it's something that we had to get our hands on, right? And package it and brand it for ourselves. So we were hearing about it, finally came out about a month or so ago. And we sold out of them. We only got 6,500 of them in because with COVID and all that, listen, we're selling more products than anybody right now. The warehouses cannot keep up with us. Our company is up. Yeah, it's up 600%. People are quarantined, girl. They need, stuff to do.
I can imagine. Let me talk to Julie about seeing if I can sign up and be a Pure Romance because I might become a millionaire messing around with COVID.
I'm telling you, you really could, right? So we sold out in 45 minutes, 6,500 of them. And so they all went out. And then there was research and development happening all across the board, right?
Yeah.
And then the reviews came out.
Okay.
And when the reviews came out, people lost their mind. They were like, I need this. Oh my God, please, when are they coming back? How many are you getting, right?
Right.
So we could only get our hands on, a couple thousand. So the next month they came out, 6,500 were released. Guess how quickly they sold out, Kinyatta?
How fast?
4 minutes.
No way.
4 minutes.
Okay, come on, stop.
That's like a Beyonce Taylor Swift concert ticket, right? Sold out in 4 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
And so it's called the womanizer.
Uh-oh.
And the way that it has been described, people have called it the soul snatcher. They've said that they're like, girl, that thing will snatch your soul. They're like, it's like you know what? I heard a real simple description yesterday that I thought was really, really appropriate. And they said it's like you're having an orgasm just ripped right out of your clitoris.
Oh my God.
I mean, really, look, somebody's like, what? So here it is.
What, child? Okay.
Okay.
All right.
And the thing is that we all were baffled, like, we don't know what this does, Kinyatta. It just like sneaks up on you. Like you'll be using it and you're like, is it even in the right place? Like, oh, okay, it's in the right place. This thing is a creeper. It's supposed to have like a positive and negative airflow. And this goes around the clitoris, right? But it's so subtle. It's so subtle, you don't really realize what's happening until it's happening. And then it's over. And you're left like, what just happened to me?
Over, or can you go back for a second time?
Oh, you can always go back for a second time. Women can always go back. I got my bestie watching. Shout out to Sabrina. Shout out, Bree. Yes, it's a creeper girl. I'm tell you, the reviews are insane. And if any of you are watching that want to like read some of the reviews, of course, they're all anonymous. I'll be more than happy to private message them to you because the reviews are consistent. This right here will change your life.
Well, Angie, I mean, just in case somebody, wants to know right now, they're ready to go ahead and place their order. How can they order these products that you've just shown us?
If you want to order directly through my website, then you just want to go to pureromanceforever.com. So again, it's pureromanceforever.com. Make sure that you see my face because if you don't see my face, you're in the wrong place. Okay.
Is it anything fancy forever, or is it literally the word forever, or is it the number forever?
No, it's just spelled out. Pure Romance Forever. Spelled out, right? And like I said, if you don't see my face, then you're in the wrong place. Okay. You can also definitely check me out here on Instagram. My Instagram is Angelia's Pure Romance, and my name is spelled Angelia. Okay, so it'll be Angelia's Pure Romance. On Facebook, that's Angelia Robinson, Facebook.com, all of that. And then even my phone number, which is published everywhere. If you have questions, if you want to text me, if you want to call me, this is what I do. I'm very professional at it. I'm passionate about it. My number is 817-228-6138. Again, it's 817-228-6138.
Angela, this has been most educational. And so since this podcast also focuses on travel, I know we're not into, the travel season. Well, the travel season hasn't kicked off the way we would have hoped because of COVID. But if you were traveling this year, whether it was a trip with you and your husband or a family trip, where would you go?
Okay, so where would I go if COVID wasn't happening, or because I'm going on vacation? We get ready to go somewhere. Girl, I'm not flying anywhere. First of all, yes, please do. Yes. And as a matter of fact, I've been searching, and anybody that's watching, I'm in the Texas area, so I'm looking for something in the Texas or Oklahoma area. We do have some beaches out here, so somewhere that we could drive, but Texas is huge, so we could drive for hours and hours and still go somewhere. So we do have some beaches here. Okay. I'm looking for a really nice home with a private pool. Oh, so that's what I'm looking for. And I know that there are Airbnbs out there. I'm a little leery because I want the guidelines to be on point. I'm all about cleanliness and stuff like that. So I was trying to look at some rental companies, and so I hadn't been able to find anything that I liked yet that had I like a little luxury, so. But I want a private pool because I want to be able to swim, and we're still practicing social distancing out here because the numbers are crazy, right? But if it were not for COVID and I could go somewhere, you know what? I'll tell you what. we had trips that we were going on with Pure Romance. Okay. And the
Yes.
girl
Okay.
qualified for one of them, which was Thailand.
Really?
Okay? Yeah, so I could have been going to Thailand. And
Oh
then
my
there was
God.
another trip when that one was canceled. They were also offering that people could go to Ireland. So we
Nice.
had that, but then they both ended up
Okay.
canceling because of COVID. So there are a lot of places that I'd love to go. I do love to travel. I've been traveling my whole life. My stepfather who raised me was a Secret Service officer, so we traveled all the time.
Wow.
And then the music business had me
Yes.
traveling all the time, right?
Yes.
But my dream trip, I will tell you,
Uh-oh.
is to go to Dubai.
Oh, yes.
That's my
Yes.
dream trip.
Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
going.
Yeah. And you would deserve to do something so luxe and so fabulous. And so I would love to blog about that once you go. Yeah.
All right.
So keep me posted.
I will.
So Angie, so we're almost at the end of this interview. This has been such a fun conversation. So tell us, what's next? You have so much going on. So what's
Girl,
next for you?
yeah. So I am. Look, my bestie said she wants to go with me. Yeah, we're going to Dubai together, Bree. Let's make it happen. I am currently working on my autobiography.
Wow, no way.
Yes, I'm working on my
Angie.
autobiography, and the process has been so amazing. I didn't realize that I had so much going on in my past. Girl, I got a past, okay?
An autobiography that covers from birth to present.
Yeah, it's actually going to be starting. It actually starts at 4 years old.
4 years old.
Yep,
Okay.
yep. Because I had an incident that happened at 4 that really probably has just shaped and changed, just really set the tone for how I am and how my life is. So it's going to definitely be a page turner. I'm going to be real and raw. I'm exposing all of me. It's definitely an open book, and I am being careful how I portray some people in it because I don't want to hurt anyone, you know, that I've had, you know, situations or circumstances that happen, because everyone has a past, but everyone maybe does not want to reveal, you know, what that is. So I'm going to be careful how I actually show other people in their light, but I am going to tell my story.
Exactly.
And my story is really, really, like, I don't even know, I want to say that I shouldn't be here, because I should, because that's why I'm here. But there's so many things that happened in my life that could have caused me not to be here.
Yes.
Or to be a completely different person in the process, you know, like even one of my co-writers I'm writing with was saying, like, he can't believe that I'm this effervescent, gregarious, you know, fun, loving ball of energy with everything that I've gone through, the relationships that I've had, you know, just so many things, the broken relationships, just a lot. So it's really been very therapeutic to write it. It's going to be coming out in Black History Month, so February for Black History Month.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And the title, you ready for it? That's why I said every time I hear this is reconfirmation.
Yes. What?
So the title is Who Are You?
Oh, I love it.
And the subtitle is It's Never Too Late to Be Who You Might Have Been.
Oh my God, I love it, Angie. Ooh, I love it.
Yeah.
That is going to be a bestseller.
Yep.
And I'm so proud that you're going to be my author sister.
Yes,
So
yes.
Congratulations, Angie. And when that book drops, I definitely hope that we can connect again and talk about your memoir, because that is truly an amazing accomplishment. And so congratulations, and I wish you absolutely nothing but the best.
Thank you. And congratulations to all of your success and everything that you're doing. And I'm so humbled that you asked me to be your first guest on the show. I can't wait to see where this is going, honey. Keep it going. And just love you, girlie. We go way back. For those of you that are watching, we've known each other since we were young teens, like 14, 15 years old.
That's right.
So we have a past. And it's wonderful to see. Wonderful to see, you know, how you've grown into the woman that you are, you know. But you were always that person. You know what I'm saying? You were always that person, and you just grew up, and just, you know, people are being able to see it.
Thank you so much. And I appreciate everything that you've offered to me, and I appreciate everything that you shared with us. And so one more time, can you give us your Instagram handle and your website? Yes.
Now, I'm going to definitely listen, I need y'all help on Instagram, right? Because I'm so bad about it. My fan base has been on Facebook forever, right? So over there, I don't even have enough space for friends over there. But I don't spend a lot of time on Instagram, and this is where I found my new calling. So I need to be over here, y'all. So I need followers. So follow me. And I'm going to do better. I will be on here more often. So follow me. And so it's just Angelia's Pure Romance. So Anzelias Pure Romance. So that's my Instagram handle. And Facebook is just my name. So you can type in my name or you can put in facebook.com/Angelia. It's spelled like Angelia, so it's a little tricky. So Angelia Robinson. And that's it.
Yes. Well, Angie, this has been an absolute pleasure. I enjoyed learning about the coochie and then the womanizer. So if y'all remember nothing else, remember that, but then also remember the remarkable accomplishments of Angelia Robinson, making it to one of the highest ranking positions in Pure Romance as an African-American woman within 5 years. Talk about tenacious. Talk about a boss babe. You're looking at her. Angie, thank you so much. It has been a pleasure, and I look forward to connecting with you soon. I love you.
Love you too, babe. Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you all for listening, and have a good night.